Oh, welcome back to Surviving Maine on a 20-acre farm. I'm Tim, and yeah, we're tackling a 1974 CJ-5. We're doing a 5,000 mile service, which is oil change, grease it, all that stuff. But it's been 30,000 since I did the wheel bearings. And I just pulled a hub, and there is plenty of grease in there. And that doesn't even look dark. Those are all brand new bearings put in 30,000 miles ago. So I am going to take that hub just the way it is and put it right back on. Yeah, everything looks absolutely clean in there. This stuff here looks a little funny, but that's just the way aluminum, if it moves at all, it makes kind of a mess, but it's all good. Okay, so I just slid the hub back on. Bearing goes on. Then you've got a washer with a tab that goes in that groove. That keeps anything from rotating to work on the nuts. Then we'll take out this nut that's in the tool. The other wheel bearing, these are in such good shape, I'm not even going to pull the other one off. I will just loosen up the jam nut, take the big washer off, and call it a day. We'll check that. The problem is sometimes when you actually walk down on the jam nut on the outside, sometimes it will, whatever slop there is on the threads, it'll tighten it that much more. Sometimes what you think is good, I might have to actually go back and loosen up. Otherwise you end up with too much preload. But we'll see how this acts. That was just what I could do with my wrist. This here, I'm going to put right up pretty damn tight. Boy, yeah, it's too much preload. So, we have to take that one all the way off, because you can't get to that other nut with that washer in there. Pull the washer off. I'll back that up just a skosh. I basically had no preload before, that's why it was wiggling. That ain't bad. Yeah, I think I'm going to call that good. Put that on. Get the first one lined up, the rest of them will go right in. That's that, yeah. Beautiful. Don't forget to put your snap ring on the end of your axle. go. Now we get this little creature to put back in. There we go. That's all there is. This has got some nice drag on it now. So, kind of a pain in the butt, but ain't bad. And when I get back from lunch, we will tackle the pinion seal on the front end. So, I had a few things here was wrong, but not bad for 30,000 miles. So, I'll bring you back in a little while. Well, I got all the bolts off. I got the top one there still in. Let's see here if we can get this cover to come loose here. Wow. I don't know what they glued that with. Pretty good looking oil though. No water either. That's a nice thing. I don't know if that had ever been off or not. I'd never had it off. So, but I'll tell you, when you see oil like that coming out, it makes you very happy. And what I see in there don't look bad either. I don't want to even get my fingers in there because my fingers are dirty. But I'll get a light and look at it there off camera, and we'll, after I get it wiped up a little, I'll show you. Well, the old ring and pinion looks pretty good. I think you can see those teeth in there. There is a little bit of rust on the back side, but that doesn't get used, and obviously at some point it had some water in it back before I ever had it. But I've been cleaning with some gas down the bottom. I got that pretty well cleaned out. Gasket scraped off as good as I'm going to get it. I got to wash it a little, but it's had a rock strike right here and right here, and one of those things before I actually put it back together. I'm going to fix that. That's pretty well got it. That looks better. Yeah. There, it's pretty clean. It just needs a little wipe with some gas. Get a clean towel, I guess. This beats the hell out of brake clean. Brake clean is not good stuff. It works good, but it's not very good on your hands. Not that gasoline is that great, but it's better than brake clean, I'll tell you. Oh, I got a little bit of gasket up there. I'm going to do some more work off camera here. Now that I got it washed, I can see a little bit of gasket in a few spots. But I'll bring you back. In case you're curious, these are 41 on the ring gear and 11 on the pinion, which comes out to right around 373s. So that's the ratio on this, 373. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with it, you just divide 41 by 11, and it comes out to 372.7 or something like that. Anyway, it's 373 when you round everything up. So anyway, I'll bring you back in a little while. 1.1/8 knot. See if she'll come off. We'll put a pipe wrench on that, I guess, to hold her on a little. this rigid pipe wrench right here. I found the dump the other day. Teeth ain't even dull on it. We'll see if it'll hold. Might have to go get a bigger one. Oh, I think it's gonna work. Nothing to it. Loosen it up. Probably gonna have to get a hammer. Tap that back. I think I'm gonna go get me a puller and put onto it because, yeah, I'll bring you back later. Well, we'll get this thing pulled out. I'm going to put it back on because I'm going to do a little cleaning. And I don't want the stuff to get in behind the seal. So I'll clean this off camera. And then I will pull that seal out. So, got the old one out. I didn't show it. I just hooked a seal puller in it and yanked it. You can see the divot there. Basically the same thing. One is a little heavier duty, but one's modern, one's old. So this one here, you can see it's got a steel shield on the whole thing. Even the lip that stands up. This one's got a rubber shield. And there is, on the yoke, a matching piece that goes over it to keep sticks from, you know, going in. This is not as rugged. You know, this one here is all metal. You could back that through brush or anything. So, you know, you're not going to find this seal probably anymore. Just the way it is. But we will tap this one in. Spring goes in like that. I just got to clean the groove. I'm not going to do it on camera. I'm going to take my jackknife and clean where the groove is in the front end housing. And I will put a little bit of high tack on it and tap it in. So I'll probably bring it along when I put it in. So I turned myself a little driver, a little bit of high tack on it. And we'll see what we can do. I'm low on battery, so you might go away before I get it in. But we'll see. She's coming right to it. Well, that's in all the way. It's nice when you got a driver like that. I actually marked this one because I'm going to keep this one. So anyway, I'm going to go get a new battery and we'll put this beast together. Got a little bit of 90 weight here. And I went over and got some 80-90 wiped onto it. See if we can tap this in ever so gently. Okay, that dandy there. Goes right in like so. And we're gonna just pound her up with the impact. I'm sure there is a torque spec and all that crap, but yeah, you know how it is. See what she does. That's just the ring and pinion backlash you're hearing. I don't feel nothing back and forth. So, I would say that is a success. Okay, everything is clean. Inside and out. So, Beautiful. That's always a good feeling when you get two of the bolts in. Beautiful. All we have to do now is pump some 90 weight in it and change the tires, rotate them, and do a grease job. And this dandy will be done. So we're going to use the old barrel pump here. She's pretty good rig. It don't seem to leak on the top. And it's got a non-drip end on the end of the hose. Pretty nice rig. When we went four-wheeling here a week or so ago, and we ended up at my good friend Ronnie's, one of his best friends had this thing in the back of his truck. And he was a junkie. He was going to junk it. I says, what are you going to do with that? He says, I don't know. He says, you want it? I says, I'd love to have it. And it was all covered with hay and chaff, and, you know, it'd been setting forever. But everything inside was clean. I dumped the oil out, dumped it back in after I cleaned it, oiled up all the wheels. The thing works flawless. It's just one of those things, you know, they didn't see the beauty or the usefulness of it anymore, but believe me, it's a long way from being worn out. Just one of those, you know, commercial rigs. Would have been in the garage back in the 50s. But, yeah, it's kind of nice because you can reach out and pump, and it would be nice if it had about a foot longer hose, but it's all right. So there you go, right there. Come on, there we go. It doesn't actually drip. It's just, that's what's on the outside of the tube. So anyway, find the hole up there. Got her all in. And before all the excess runs out, we'll capture some of it in there. Lost a couple tablespoons, is not much. Good enough. That little project is done. One thing I forgot to mention, that's the number, 5778. It's a national, so pretty good. Happy with it. It fit good. So anyway, I'm going to grease this, and I'm going to do the rotation with the spare tire. Yeah, I'll show you how that works. So this here shows a little better. You take your spare tire and put it on your right rear. The right rear goes up there, comes back, crossed, and the right front goes back. And that way, every time you change tires or rotate them, you know, the tire starts out here, it ends up there, ends up there, ends up there, and back on the spare, so it gets the full round. Some people do them different, but figure the guys that engineered stuff probably got it figured out.